Hey there. Today, we're diving deep into some of life's biggest questions. We're talking love, energy, and who you really are. And the perspective we're going to explore might just change the way you look at, well, everything. So, let's jump right in.
We've all asked it, right? What is love? Is it some fleeting feeling, a chemical cocktail in our brains, something you can find or hold on to or lose? Well, what if I told you we've been asking the wrong question all along? You see, to really get to the heart of it, we need to flip our thinking. Instead of trying to define what these massive concepts are, we're going to look at what they do. It's all about action.
Okay, so check this out. Love isn't a noun. It's not a thing you can have in your pocket. It's a verb. Its entire existence, its very nature, is the act of loving. It's a process, an action, a constant unfolding movement.
It's kind of like how we think about energy, right? You can't really hold energy in your hand. We only know it's there because of what it does. It moves things, it creates heat, it powers change. So, in that same way, energy is also a verb. We only understand it through its actions.
And let's bring in one more idea, this one from the Vedic tradition, Prana. It's often called life force, but at its core, it's all about movement, about flow. It's the breath within the breath, the animating force of life itself. And you guessed it, it's a verb too.
Now, you might be thinking this is some kind of new age concept, but it's not at all. In fact, this idea that reality itself is born from an action, a creative word or sound, is an incredibly ancient idea that pops up in major world traditions.
I bet you've heard this line before. It's a perfect starting point to see how two completely different cultures, thousands of miles and years apart, landed on an idea that is just strikingly similar.
So let's just look at this for a second. In the Gospel of John, you've got the Logos, the Word. It was with God, it was God, and it's how everything got made. Then you look at the much older Vedic texts. They have Vak, or speech, and it was with the Creator, it was the ultimate reality, Brahman. See the parallel? In both traditions, creation isn't a thing, it's an action, a vibration, a word being spoken.
So what does all this mean? We have all these different names: love, energy, prana, logos, vak, from different times and places, but they're all pointing to the exact same truth. They're all verbs. They're all about a dynamic, creative action. And this leads us to one single, unifying principle.
If you boil it all down, there's one simple word that just perfectly captures all of it: flow. I mean, think about it. Flow by its very nature is a verb. It's the perfect way to describe this active, moving reality that's underneath everything. And this is where it gets really mind-bending. It means the universe isn't actually made up of a bunch of separate, solid things. What we see as a rock or a tree or even our own bodies are just patterns. They're just flow taking on a temporary shape, a temporary form.
Okay, I know. That's a huge idea. It can feel a little out there. So let's bring it down to earth with a really powerful metaphor that makes this whole thing personal and easy to picture.
So I want you to imagine that the entire universe, all of existence, everything you see and don't see, is one giant, magnificent flowing river. It's the source. It's the stuff of everything.
And now, look into that river. See that pattern? That little vortex spinning in the current? That's you. Your body, your personality, your life. You're a whirlpool. A unique, recognizable pattern that only exists because the river is moving.
And here it is. This is the most important part of the whole idea. The whirlpool isn't something separate from the river. It's not fighting the current. The whirlpool is made of the river. You aren't just some separate being that got dropped into the universe. You are an expression of the universe itself. And the coolest part is this isn't just a nice idea to think about. It's something you can actually experience for real. And the bridge to that experience, well, it's something you're doing right this very second. It's your breath, that simple, steady rhythm of air coming in and going out. That's the literal, physical experience of this flow. It's the river of the universe moving through the whirlpool of your form. Your breath is the connection.
So this brings us full circle, all the way back to that ultimate question. If we're not these static, separate little islands, if we're all just patterns in a universal river of flow, then who or what are you really?
After everything we've talked about, what's the real answer to that most basic human question? Who am I?
It's that simple and that profound. You are flow in form. You are the universe itself expressing itself as you for a little while.
So let's just let that sink in. Your physical form? It's just a temporary pattern in that cosmic river. You were never ever separate from the source because you're made of the exact same stuff as everything else. At your core, you are love, you are energy, you are prana, just given a unique shape for a while.
And so, I'll leave you with this to think about. If you truly are the river expressing itself as a whirlpool, what would happen in your life starting right now if you just stopped fighting and resisting and finally allowed yourself to move with the current?